Hello, it's me, Queen Sensitivity, and today we're going to be getting messages from them, what they say to you. I'm being guided to keep this fairly short and not do too much, and I may or may not have success with that. Really been trying to listen to my intuition. It's been a lot of slow down and don't work so hard. A lot of deep cellular healing. So if you're going through that, I wish you the best through the wind of this candle. Sending you healing, because it's been very difficult becoming who I truly am. You know, returning, evolving, remembering who I truly am it's been a lot. So I wanted to do something that's really lighthearted, and we're going to start with getting some cards for the piles. Okay. This song is in my head. It's called Gangster by Cat Dahlia. We're gonna move the camera down. Lord of mercy, stay. Is that good? I think so. Okay. And it's like, you say you a gangster, that don't impress me none. You say you a gangster, ain't seen a thing you done. I do it all myself, I ain't getting help for no one. I'm 21 in a crazy world, but I know the difference between a man and a hurt. Alright. Pile 1, please. Pile 2. Oh, we'll do this one. Oh, no. Pile 3, please. Okay, that's 3 cards. We'll just take 2, I guess. Okay, the bottom of the deck is the same one that came out in my live video. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. Also, if you're watching this right now, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Look at that, how the little light was on her face. Look, or on their face. Don't want to be putting gender and you don't even know. Okay, so go ahead and pick pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Hello, pile 1. So I'm feeling like a lot of uncertainty, a lot of tension and uncertainty. And I keep thinking that it's about this reading and whether or not I should do this at all. But I felt called to do this reading. So I don't feel like I'm supposed to be doing, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But there is this sense of resistance and this sense of constantly double checking yourself, trying to make sure that you're right. This could be your energy and your person's energy that you share, but it's definitely somebody involved here. Even this spot, what is this? But it's this feeling of should I do this? Should I not do this? Am I doing the wrong thing? And that's what I was telling myself. That was a message that I got from Spirit before I did this. It was if you don't know, just take one step. Just take one step. And you'll see from that one step whether or not, how you feel based on taking it. But you won't ever know, just sitting in the background. I do feel like this is definitely, if not both of you, is definitely from your person. They might be wanting to contact you or wanting to tell you something, and they constantly are wondering if it's the right thing to do. I'm hearing if it's best to leave you alone, but they already know that they can't. They already know that the right thing to do is to, be back involved with you 4:44 on the time, but they don't know how to go about it. And so it's you won't know. When it comes to stuff like this, matters of the heart, you know, speaking your truth and being your truth, your ego will feel very uncomfortable. Your false ego will feel very uncomfortable. It's going to feel like you're dying. It's going to feel like you want to throw up. But that is not a sign of this is the wrong thing. It's a sign of your false ego going crazy. You just have to just do it. And even if it turns out to be the wrong thing, whatever that even means, it's okay. You just go from there and you make a different choice from there. But this waiting, this kind of like destructive, you know, mindset of like, should I not? That's just, it's just going to continue to eat you alive, or eat them alive, until they remember that they're immortal. Okay? So, I really wanted to introduce these cards that I made. It's a Fawohodie, this Adinkra symbol, African Adinkra symbol, Fawohodie, which represents the letter F, and the meaning of this is freedom. So I made all of these message cards or oracle cards by hand, and they have all these little unique patterns here. I think I'm gonna take this one for you. I like how there's this like one here, and it's like this other little spot over here, like it looks like an eye and a teardrop, and like, I don't know, a long nose. It just feels like somebody's like, this person has a lot of power, a lot of authority, because this could even be a suit tie and like the collar, but it's like they're shy and they don't realize it. It's really making me think of like some sort of masculine CEO. I don't know, maybe Christian Grey, or Tyler Perry in that one movie, what's it called? Good Deeds, where he's like the owner of the company and he has so much power, and yet he's so afraid to like confess his feelings for this woman. Like, he obviously was in love with her, I believe, probably the first time he saw her. And like, he just, you know, she intimidates the shit out of him. He's just so afraid. And it's like, you just have to do it. So that'll be your first one. I think we'll wait. What does this person want to say to pile number one? I love this deck. It's so pretty. I love it. I feel like now that I've spoken about this, it feels better already. So hopefully it's helped to clear some things with you. So these are all major arcana cards. And I have my own little interpretations of them. So, oh, excuse me. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, we have the moon and the devil. So this person is in their head. I see the word queer here, which is the high priestess. They're in their head. They're thinking they're weird. They're thinking they're queer. You know what I mean? Like, they think they're feeling like the odd person out. I feel like the people around them don't really get it, especially if y'all are like twin flames, or, you know, just divine counterparts. It's a very magical connection. And I feel like the people around them might be telling them like, oh, this is nothing. Don't pay attention to that person, like to you, pile number one. Don't pay attention to them. It's not that much of a big deal. What's this? It's this line. It's by Bia, and it's like, got the blanket inside my bag and out my feelings. Like, they're like, it's this trend in society, like, get out your feelings and get in your bag. Like, keep your head screwed on tight. Like, this person might be in college. They might have a very prestigious job or some sort of position that they finally got. Something like that. Like, they finally bought a house somewhere, and like, every part of this person is calling them to leave and to be romantic and to come to you. It's the same thing with this. Maybe go watch this movie, Good Deeds. It's with Tyler Perry. And I always forget her name because I'm so used to calling her Kate, but also another very famous actress. And it's like, he never wanted to be the CEO of the company that his dad made. It's with Felicia Rashad from the Huxtables. But anyways, like, Tyler Perry's character didn't want that job. Like, he didn't want to be the CEO. He just did it because that's what his dad wanted him to do. He really wanted to go ride motorcycles and go travel around Africa. Like, that's what he really wanted to do. And he wanted to go there with the love of his life. And everybody's like, oh, don't go, you're crazy, or if you go, this will happen. And so there's definitely some sort of interference, or some thoughts, or some people saying this, and they might not even be saying it out loud, but your person is, because they're so psychic, they pick up on this intuitively, just in the atmosphere. But they're definitely like in their head. I feel like they feel like time is running out. It's this sense of like, because this looks like a time thing, they feel like they've taken too long, but also they still have time. It's very conflicting. It's like they feel like they've run out of time, but they feel like it's still time to like race back to you. And they're in like this airport, like trying to figure out, should they run to the gate to fly to you, or should they stand there? But they know for sure that they can't go home. They can't go back. So it's like they've already made this decision, 11/11. They've already decided and known that they cannot stop thinking about you. They cannot get over you. They cannot move on. It's not over. Like Noah said in the notebook, it's not over. But they're in this kind of fear in their mind of like whether they should go or not. And it has to do with like these thoughts, of course, of these other people, but also of you. Like, do you want them back? Do you really want to see them? Like, or they're afraid of like making a fool of themselves, like rushing to you and you've moved on, you're with somebody else, and you know, they look like an idiot on your doorstep. But I feel like they know that these thoughts are just like, they're just the devil, you know what I mean? And this is a destined, like them leaving their life behind is a destined ending. It's supposed to be uncomfortable, but it's still the right choice. Like sometimes, like I was saying at the beginning, you wanting to throw up, you wanting to run, you having this very uncomfortable feeling, sometimes that's the bright side of the devil. That's why I made these, that's why I made two of each, because it's like one is the original like side of the devil, but then there's also more in the devil card, which is divine. It's divine protection. It's protecting you from something. You feeling ill, you know, because this person, I feel like they feel physically ill, like they're about to puke. Sometimes that is from the environment that you're already in, and it takes these symptoms to get you out of it, to push you out of it. Like, have you ever had pile number one, like you were about to do something, or you were about to go on a trip? Like, for example, me, I was gonna go to Ghana, but I kept feeling like it wasn't the right thing to do, but I also felt like it was a once in a lifetime type of opportunity, so I was gonna force myself to go anyways. And then COVID happened and there were cases, and the program got shut down. And so it's like that devil energy actually really helped, and this one wants to come forward too. So we had the High Priestess earlier. Did I pull that out? I don't think I did. With the queer card. Oh, here it is. I'll put this to the side. And then we also have the High Priestess here. Talent, embracing power, healing, and commitment. So yes, this person does want commitment with you, and it's what I was saying before. Like, this person is the suit and tie. They have a lot of power. They're the divine masculine. They're the emperor, regardless of their gender identity. This person is a king, and I feel like this is what they're being pushed towards, this standing up moment of courage. These cards are amazing. I did an amazing job. If you would like to order these cards, let me know, because I could, you know, make that happen. Leave a comment, please, if this is resonating. So the first one we have is this dark card, which is the moon. And I knew this was going to happen with your person. I knew there was going to be a duality, because we already have two High Priestess, and then now we have the two moons. And there's a Tower card there. So this is the original moon, because it doesn't have a line, and this is the other side of the moon. So this is a number 18, and I love how it's hard to see. I was debating whether or not to keep these hard to see cards, but I feel like it's important to get the point across. So I feel like what this moon card is saying is that the advice for your person, this isn't really how they feel about you, so it could be advice for you too, is it's not supposed to be clear. It's not supposed to be these very clear and straightforward outlines. It's supposed to be a trust fall. It's supposed to be a jump. It's supposed to be a risk. They're supposed to feel like this. You know, it's supposed to be complicated. You're supposed to feel like you're dying, because you are. That part of you, that false ego, is dying. This reading is ended up being much longer than I anticipated it to be. So I don't know what kind of room I'm gonna have for like the other piles, but we'll see when we go. But that's also what I feel like. I feel like your person has so much to say to you. If they've been silent, if y'all have been in like no contact, please don't take that to mean that they don't want to talk to you, because it's like every day, like the way Noah wrote those letters, he wrote a letter every day for a year, like every day. That's how much. And then when Allie finally got those letters, it was a lot. She thought he was silent for all those years, but he had so much to say. The number 18 also represents abundance, and so I feel like this also is representative of that. They have a lot to say to you, and I feel like this also is something that makes them kind of nervous, because they're afraid they're gonna like word vomit in front of you, like when they see you, like I don't know, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, I've been like trying to talk to you, but I feel like this da 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 da, and they're gonna go on and 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 go on forever, because they expect to be rejected. This person, they really do. They expect you to like not give them the time of day for some reason. And I feel like this is some sort of wound attached to their mother, their parents, where their parents might have like told them they were talking too much, or you know, they should calm down. There's been a lot of pressure for your person to like not be in their feelings. That, like that line I said, like not to like get out your feelings, like calm down. Why are you talking so much? Why do you feel so much? Like this person has had that throughout their whole lives, and I feel like it's caused them to shut up and mute themselves. And this process, you have helped them so much, because their love for you is forcing them out of that. And it's, of course, it's for their highest good, because it's freedom, you know? And that's how I feel. Like this person, you two are reflecting each other a lot. These two, and then the gap, they're bridging the gap between the two of you. All right, we have the Lovers, of course we do. I'm just gonna list them out. The Lovers, the Emperor, I told you, the Magician. You have a lot of the other cards, like the other sides with the underlines versus the original. See, the World. The Emperor, again, is another reflection. And you two are definitely twin flames. If you don't know about that label, it basically just means that you're cut from the same cloth. Like if there were ever a person in the world for you, it's this one person that's your person. So I feel like we can just go ahead and start off with this Strength card. This is the other Strength card. I drew a lot of inspiration, I guess, because I was watching the movie Coraline. Before I even watched the movie, like this is the other mother. This is the other Strength card. And so I feel like whereas Strength is like this feeling of knowing that you are already together, knowing that there's no such thing as separation, knowing that there's no such thing as, you know, true rejection from your twin flame, because you can't really reject them. You know what I mean? Like the words can be said, but words can't be meant. And so the other side of that Strength would be like yearning, like homesick, feeling like you can't have them. So that's what they would say to you. That's what they would tell you, is that they're yearning for you, they're homesick. And I do feel like this person is undergoing some sort of physical ailment. So yeah, they might be nauseous, they might be throwing up, like it's impacting them physically. That's how powerful you are. And they really want you to know that. The Lovers, the other Lovers. So this is when the Lovers becomes, you know how the Lovers can also represent a choice, but it's also invocative of union and ease. The other Lovers, this is when something that you want so badly, it becomes stressful. See, because they're hesitating, because they're holding on to, I feel like even a grudge from, that doesn't have to do with you. Maybe something that they did that they're mad at themselves about, and it's keeping them in this kind of like tight spiral. Instead of like the rose blooming, the buds are, you know how the rose petals, when they're in their buds, they're very tightly packed and close together instead of blooming and freeing itself. That's how your person feels. Like they're just very tense and tight right now. They may need to be relieved sexually. Take that however you feel. So this is the other Emperor. So fighting, see, the same thing, resisting, not listening, and dismissive of their feminine intuition. And this person, I feel like they're focusing too much on like the end result of like the yes or no from you, instead of focusing on I need to speak and I need to share my truth, and whatever happens after that is fine, it's up to the universe, you know, I'll deal with it then. They're focusing too much on the yes or no, you know, the ending part of it. This is the other Magician. So this is somebody who, again, with this wands here, but like with the separate flame, it's like they're trying to be strategic in the matters of the heart. I feel like you don't need to be strategic in the matters of the heart. You just need to go, you just need to jump, you just need to do it. Like they're trying to plan stuff out, like when and where and how, instead of just bursting through the doors. And I feel like them, the more they hold back and the more they resist, the more sick they'll be. Like they'll feel worse and worse until they finally say it and speak the truth. I'm gonna read these two together. So the other world and the Emperor. This 21 looks like the 27. The number 27 has been following me, so that might be important. So it says approaching cliff, the Fool, ungrounded, being tested. So yes, this is what your person is undergoing. This is what they would say to you as to like their higher self. It would be explaining all of this to you. Like, this is why pile number one, this is why it's taken so long. This is why the delays, because this person is scared as hell. They have never in their life felt like this. I don't know, this person may be more experienced than you. They may be older than you. You know, they might have lived in more places than you or been more places and had more careers than you, but they have never felt like this. You have their whole soul. And it's what I'm saying about like the Good Deeds movie, like this powerful CEO, Christian Grey, like they have experience, they've had a lot of confidence, I feel, in the past with other people. Like other romantic interests, they've had confidence. They've been able to just go in and do it. And I feel like it's because part of them was always kind of numb. But not with you. You make them want to get on their knees and brawl and bawl and brawl, like cry and wrestle. They have never felt as seen and therefore as naked and vulnerable as they have with you. And this is a huge deal to somebody who took years becoming numb, becoming this kind of soldier, and you come in and you see them just like that. They're naked just like that. And this is the biggest time of their life. This is the crescendo of their life, and I feel like they know this. They know this. They know that this is the most important time of their lives. If they, like, this is the story that they're going to tell, you know, for the rest of their lives. This is going to be the defining point of when they came forward, when they took this risk, when they jumped off this cliff and came home to you. That is the Emperor. That's when they do that, their Emperor is reinstated. And I feel like they know that on the other side, they know that it'll feel so good. It'll feel like home. They can finally rest. There's this line in Taylor Swift's song, I'll leave the warmest bed I've ever known. Like, they know that when they do this, they'll be returning to the warmest bed they've ever known, where they can sleep well and just be happy, be at peace. So that's what they would say to you. So let's get this last card. We have the Wheel of the Year. Yeah, this person is being pushed. Ain't this what I said? Yeah, being tested. They're being pushed. Line drawn, can't see a way out, fighting. Yeah, the universe, spirit is pushing them forward. They're being pushed. I feel like whether they know it or not, everything in their life, all their little things in their life are lining up to push them towards you. So of course, this has to be like voluntary by this person, but I feel like the fears that they're running away from, they are going to be confronted with, whether or not they delay this, because it's not a question of if, it's a question of when they will come home to you. Whether they know it or not, spirit has already lined up their life where it will jigsaw, it'll fall right to you. Like, they'll somehow end up being in a place where they kind of have this opening to talk to you, or I don't know, wounds are coming up in their lives where they have to deal with their emotions and be confronted by all the things they held. You know, it's being forced or divinely sparked, I should say, because there's no force when it comes to source, to spirit, to the universe. It's divinely guided, divinely aligned, divinely ignited by spirit. So please leave a comment, maybe the number, I would say 22 or 18 or 21, 27 in the comments. If this power resonated with you, I wish you the very best. Subscribe, check out my Ko-fi page. I would love a donation if this resonated with you, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Pal One. Lord, that was a lot. Whew. Through this space. Welcome, pile number 2. Ooh. This is gonna be a reading today. Wow, pile number 1 was very intense. Hopefully I can get some reprieve. So, I feel like your person is like a lizard. They are able to blend in and adjust to their environment very easily. So I feel like this person can be fairly charming. They may not think so, but you can see it like on the outside, and I feel like they could say the same thing about you. Like, you might not feel like you're a very charming person, but you are. I feel like people just feel comfortable around you, feel comfortable saying things to you. And as wonderful as it is to be a lizard, I feel like it's still a challenge to be willing to chop off that tail in order to escape something, especially when we've been so conditioned in this world to stay the same or stay the course, hold on, you know, fight till the end, especially when it comes to like relationships or careers, you know, fight till the end, keep going. And so there's like, even though you're naturally this creature that can chop off the tail if needed and grow it back later on, you're taught to fear that you can't, that you won't survive it. And so I feel like I'm seeing your person sitting on a couch, you know, at a party, or, you know, at a kickback, as people say, you know, with their friends or whatever. And they don't feel bad, but they also know they could feel better. This is the state where your person is in. Okay, so These are this is a Fawohodie Adinkra symbol that I made. It's an African Adinkra symbol. I made these cards myself. I'm very proud of them. And Fawohodie means freedom and is represented by the letter F in the Adinkra symbols. So we're gonna get some messages from this, but I also feel like I didn't get the chance to do other things in Power 1 because Power 1 person talked so much. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a quote first from this book. So one thing I want to mention about this book is usually it says #1 New York Times best-selling author, or even New York Times best-selling author. But this book, it's by Sarah J. Maas, or Sarah J. Maas, as some people like to pronounce it. It says #1 New York Times best-selling series. So not only is she a New York Times best-selling author, she's a #1. Like, she was voted #1. And not just for a single book, but for a series. And so I feel like this is your person saying, like, not only are you, like, you know, top 5 in the people that I have loved in my life, you are #1. And not only that, I'm not just here for one book. I'm here for the series. I feel like this person may not be very good at expressing themselves. They might have a lot of trouble, like, disassembling themselves from the crowd because it's so easy to blend in. It's so easy to be comfortable. But I don't know, and I feel like that might have been an insecurity of theirs too, like feeling like they're not remarkable. But you make them feel remarkable. You make them feel seen. You make them feel like they're not basic. And so let's see what they want to say. I feel like, oh, a feather just dropped out over here. So it says, indeed these all sang Amren's name. Large stones, delicate settings, mighty jewelry for my mighty friend who had done so much for me, my mate, our people, the world. I surveyed the 3 pieces. I sighed. I'll take all of them. Neve's eye glowed like a living forge. Let me pick up this feather. So sometimes I find feathers and I will put them in my books. So this might be a sign from your person. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. But with this message, Amren and her jewels. Amren is one of my favorite characters from the series. She wears gray a lot, and she has a very simple black bob. And this is what I mean by a person, like, they prefer to be gray. They prefer to be a person who is well received by everybody. But the thing about Amren is she's very different. There's something otherworldly about her. But in this book, she actually lost that power that made her otherworldly. And so her eyes don't look as mysterious as they used to. They look like normal person eyes. So there's something about your person where they've had some sort of fall from an ivory tower that they were in. So I don't know if they started off wealthy, or they started off being like the top student in their class when they were younger, or they were the best, I don't know, soccer player, and then they got injured or they lost their scholarship. And like now they have to like watch other people on TV, you know, be the best when they know that they were the best. It's some sort of fall. And if none of these is resonating for like their life here, they might have this melancholy about who they were before they came here, or who they were in a past lifetime. They had a lot of power and now they don't. I don't feel like they're bitter about it in terms of like projecting that bitterness on other people. But I do feel like they kind of judge themselves and are hard on themselves because they know their potential, and they also know that they didn't reach it. So what do they want to tell pile number 2? I'm gonna take this one too. I didn't shuffle pile number 1 like this. So star, look, childhood dreams from frenemies, lacking charm. Oh my God, I said all of this stuff. Wow. You know, sometimes I blow myself away, and I feel like your person, they're blown away by you, and you might think that, you know, it's just something simple that you did, but you really blow them away. You are their biggest dream. You're their biggest wish. So for this deck, I made all the major arcana, but twice. And so this is the other star card. And so I feel like you are a secret fantasy that your person daydreams about very often, I would say. And they remember you from their childhood dreams. Even if they don't remember so consciously, there's just something about you that's very familiar. You might even smell like, you know how people say you can never find those smells from like your childhood, or you'll smell them in the wind, but you can't really place them. You might smell like their childhood. I'm seeing those. When I was younger, there used to be these, what's it called? Strawberry shortcake dolls they gave at the McDonald's Happy Meal. And it used to have this scent. And I just remember during that time, there was a strawberry shortcake, like lip balm or lipstick that was for kids. Like that smell, like you might smell like that. Yeah, you remind them a lot of those times. And I feel like now they feel like they're lacking the charm they used to have when they were younger. I'm feeling like that song Getting Older by Billie Eilish. Oh. And that song Nothing New by Taylor Swift featuring Phoebe Bridgers. What's her name? Yeah, Nothing New and Getting Older. Go listen to those songs, please. They're from this person. Go ahead and subscribe if you're watching this, and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment. And let's continue the reading. So this is the original Magician card. Experience, conquest, logic. For some reason, I'm still feeling kind of down and sad, even though I'm holding this very confident card. So I feel like you might have, I don't know if you're with this person physically or not, but either way, I feel like you might have made it very clear to this person that they're the only one that you want, and that you see so much life in them and you love them so much. But for some reason, it's not getting through to them. They still feel kind of hollow. I honestly feel right now, a lot of their attention isn't on this connection. It feels like I said, they daydream about you a lot, and they dream about you and they think of you, but it's like when it comes to like physical action or action in the 3D or material, like grounding, you know, these feelings, they suppress them a lot and choose to spend their time in the more shallow end of things. It might be very infuriating. This is the other Devil card. So I feel like this person is just going through a time. So the Judgment card, this is the other Judgment card, the number 20. It looks like this person, like this number is sinking into this box. That's what I want it to look like a box, something sinking into a box. In a pickle, arrogance, not good enough. So I feel like this person is really being consumed by like low vibrational thoughts. I feel like one way that you could help them, if you're wondering, is to just go inside of yourself, like be with yourself and face yourself in the inside. Sit in silence, meditate in whatever way you feel comfortable. Your meditation could be going for a run or listening to the national anthem, smelling roses, whatever makes you get out of your head and go inside and face all those uncomfortable thoughts, because you reflect each other, because you're connected. I feel like that'll help them, I don't know, you'll lead the way, if that makes sense. Because these emotions, they're not gonna just go away. You have to integrate them and release them, transmute them. So the Lovers and the Strength card, both of these came out in pile 1. These are the other Lover, the other Strength card. I feel like this person is kind of drowning, and the people that are around them might not even know it, because they're always very calm. But I think this person is having financial trouble, financial issues with the number 8, having to do with abundance. And also, I don't know, 6 of Pentacles. It's this feeling of like they can't afford something. And that's the feeling I was saying earlier about them. Like maybe they were wealthy before, or maybe they had some sort of scholarship or some sort of grant. They had some sort of access to privilege that they don't have now. And it makes them feel really bad and insecure. They aren't able to provide for themselves, let alone you, and take you out to these places. And I feel like you'd be fine with staying home and like, eating some macaroni and cheese. But like this person, they wanted to take you to, Paris, and like they're stuck in that kind of mentality, which isn't very, it's not for their highest good. So we have the other Hierophant and the Empress. So with this being the card number 5, and I chose to make it as this hand, I feel like I don't know, maybe they asked for some space, or this connection is at a pause, or it's at this stalemate point. Like they asked for space, but I feel like they're not using it to come back to you. They just stayed stuck. And I feel like they're focusing too much on like the minute details. They're zooming in too much, and what they really need to do is zoom out. With this word here, Jezebel, I don't even know if I spelled that right, but Jezebel is this energy of like some sort of toxic or distorted divine feminine impacting or manipulating somebody. So this person might have a person like that in their lives who is manipulating them, and they might not even know it. It could be the most subtle things, or it could be very loud and they still might not see it for what it is. But that could be something. I don't feel like this will be for everybody. For some people, for the people who this isn't a physical person, this is a person that they knew in the past. Is kind of just in their head, like some toxic female energy in their head, making them, like encouraging them to keep going with this train of thought. This is a book called what's it called? Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I would recommend reading that book too, because there's this mother that's in her life, but like the mother isn't in her life. She lives on her own. She has her own job and her own career, but her mother calls her like every day, or she calls her every week, and it just drags her down. And this person isn't in her life anymore, but she still has as much influence as if she had her foot on her daughter's throat. That's what it feels like for this person. So as I was saying before, you have the Empress and you have the Moon. And these two cards are the same color, and they're both hard to see, but you can really clearly see the outline of this, excuse me, this Empress that I drew here, and these two sort of tower things. And so I feel like, although this person is quiet, and I feel like they're trying not to be seen and trying not to take up too much space, you see them. You still see them as this very abundant and fruitful person, and you see the tower moments that are simultaneously like taking them down. And I feel like you might have tried to tell this person all these things, but they still might be resistant to it. So I feel like the advice with the Empress, it says spellbound, hypnotic, pulling, devotion to nature, womb. Like I said, it's for you to lead the way. You don't have to do anything in terms of like constantly reaching out to this person or whatever, but like do you. Like you stand in your Empress truth. You stand in your magnetic attraction and your abundance. You face your tower moments and your fears, and this person will intuitively, energetically pick up on that, and I feel like it will inspire them. Only love remains. Wow. So yes, this is what I was saying about how they're zooming in too much, like too close. They need to take some steps back in order to free themselves from the prison of their mind. This card is reminding me of, like, embrace the death. Embrace the fact that you lost. Embrace the fact that you don't have access to what you had access to, because now you're free. This kind of lace work is also here. And again, this type of art, it takes you to pay attention to close details when you're making it, but it's not meant to be viewed like up close. It's meant to be viewed from far away, because when you see it from far away, it's wings. If you view it from up close, it's just these little, you know, flowers and stuff put together. But when you view it from afar, you see that you can use it to your advantage. And that's what this person really needs to do, is to zoom out. So this is all I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share, leave a comment, and feel free to donate if you feel called to. Those links are in the description. And I do personal readings. I would love to do one for you, and information on that is also in the description. And bye. I'll see you next time. Pile number 3. Just give me a moment, please. Okay, put those here. Pile number 3. This reading has been much longer than I anticipated, and that's what I feel is a message from you. Like, the miracle you've been waiting for, the abundance, you know, that you've been waiting to materialize, the wish that you've been waiting to be granted, it's taken a lot longer than you thought it would. I keep saying the number 47. That's the time on the clock, of course, but I feel like it's important. You have 2 cards instead of 1. So, I feel like, I don't know, whatever you were expecting to be delivered to you, it's going to be double. It's like, if you expect, for example, to get, I don't know, a Maserati, you'll be able to have 2 Maseratis. The thing that you're manifesting is bigger than you think. You might have been waiting a really long time for this to happen. And if so, thank you so much for not giving up. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for just having such a beautiful heart. I'm hearing like a Leo heart, lion's heart. Thank you, because that's what saves and changes the world. So I'm personally very grateful. So I think I'll just start off with this book and a quote from that. But I do feel like what I just said was also a message from your person. I feel like they're very grateful for you not giving up on them. Like, thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for seeing through my my defense mechanisms. Thank you for seeing me through. Thank you for seeing through to me. Whatever you've said or done recently for them, it has helped them. 8:55. And they did really appreciate it. I feel like you might have sent a message at a certain time, and they really needed that message. Even if they didn't say anything, you know, they just really needed it. You know how sometimes, you know, people are depressed and they get invites to go places and they might not respond, or they might turn it down, and the person who sent the invite might feel like, oh, they don't care, they didn't want to hang out with me, but you actually might have just saved their life. Like, you don't even know. Like, just because they turned you down doesn't mean that they turned you down. Like, you did something. And I feel like this will be a trend for you, pile number 3. You've done so much for the community, the collective, and you think that just because it hasn't shown up, like you haven't gotten paid for it, you haven't gotten reimbursed, or, you know, the blessings haven't come from it in the material world yet, doesn't mean that they aren't, that they won't. And it doesn't mean that you haven't performed a miracle that is invaluable, that is beyond calculable in terms of money. You know what I mean? Like and people, I feel like people won't forget. I feel like even things that you've said that you might think are harsh, or maybe you shouldn't have said that, I feel like you should have, because you pushed something forward, you moved something, you created a movement. And I feel like even if people initially reacted to you in a way that was like triggered, like they felt triggered by what you said, or they immediately, you know, disagreed with what you said and wanted to fight against what you said or what you shared, they're grateful. Their soul, their higher self is grateful. You're such a catalyst, I feel like, for people's lives, and they don't even know it until it's all they know. So, message from your person. I feel like here and here. Let's do here first. I worked up the presence of mind to crack open my eyes. His face was wrecked, stunned. His mouth remained partly open as he gaped at me, the glow still radiating from my skin bright against the star-kissed shadows along his. For long moments we only stared, breathed, and then glanced sidelong toward the rest of the room, toward what we'd done. And I'd never been so glad for a fey mate when he hardened again a heartbeat later, lowered me to the floor and flipped me onto my stomach, then plunged deep into me with the growling purr. And even when we eventually collapsed on the rug, barely avoiding the broken pictures and vase shards, unable to move for a good long while, the image of my gift remained between us, shimmering as bright as any star. That beautiful blue-eyed, dark-haired boy the bone carver had once shown me, that promise of the future. Wow. It says 207, so that might be important, or 2007. So that was a love-making scene, but like hyper focused on the emotional aspect of it. And I feel like this is something that your person wants to tell you, is that you arouse them, you pleasure them, you make them purr on a level that is beyond just your physical body. It's like she was saying, like, I was grateful that he was a fey male because he could do this. Like, the things that you can do, the things that you do, I don't think you realize it, that other people can't do that. And your person really loves that about you. Even if it's something as simple as like the way you smile. Like, can't nobody smile like that. Like, only you can smile like that. And that just makes them love you so much. It makes their heart sing. It makes them so grateful for you. I feel like sometimes your person is just so grateful for you that they can't even speak. They're just awestruck at how you are. And it makes their heart melt like a waterfall on the inside. So these are cards that I made myself. Fawohodie is this African Adinkra symbol that means freedom. If you would like me to make this deck for you, I can make that happen. Just let me know in the comments. But for now, when I was shuffling these cards, I already wanted to come out. We'll take that one too. Anything else wants to come out? I feel like your person doesn't have too much to say that you don't already know. I feel like you already know. And there's a huge emphasis again in this pile about your service to the collective, about your service to humanity. If you are familiar with Ascension, you have done a great job. I heard it being described as the great work of awakening people, activating people, getting people to wake up from the matrix and remember who they are, even with this book, like this, this camera's shaking. This person, how like they've turned around now. Like they've turned around. Like this is, you've woken people up, gotten them to turn around. And Spirit is so pleased. The number 55 exactly on the clock. Like Spirit is so pleased about that. And I feel like the message is like, please don't think that you aren't seen. Please don't think that you're forsaken. Because I feel like there's been some struggles in terms of especially manifesting or having the access that you want, having the freedom that you want to really devote your time to this. And it's been really hard. I feel like even in terms of like clearing and doing all this work basically alone, you know, very short-staffed is what I'm hearing. It's the feeling of like how Jesus, you know, that story in the Bible, like all he had was like a piece of bread and a fish, and like he fed everybody. That's what you do. Like you took very little and you spread that shit out. So I feel like these messages are from your person, like what would they say to you, but it's like also their higher self and also spirit simultaneously. Your person loves you and sees you the way that the world should see you or does see you. I'm feeling insects. Like if insects come around you, like butterflies, dragonflies, ants, caterpillars, that's your person sending little kisses to you. So we have justice, la justice, the strength card, the other high priestess card. So for this deck, I made like all major arcana, but I made them twice. So this is the other one, the other devil. That one keeps coming out like in every pile. The magician, the original devil, and the other justice. So you have two repeats: justice, justice, the devil, the devil. So I think we'll start there. So this is basically what I've been saying the whole time. Like I just saw 11 on the clock. Justice is being served to you ×2. I said that at the beginning. Like it's ×2, baby. Like whatever it is, you've put in a lot of time. If you can hear like this leaf blower in the outside of my house, like it's getting ramped up. Like the leaf blower blowing the leaves out of the way, blowing the obstacles out of the way. This is Spirit stepping in for you. If you haven't seen this in a material way in your life, expect it. Expect things to just be easy for you. Like let's say you really want a pink flower. When you go out into the world, you'll go somewhere that you didn't go to get the pink flower, and they'll have pink flowers for sale. And you're like, oh my God, I really needed this pink flower. Look, they have it here. Like stuff like that. You like it's beyond money. It's abundance in all ways. So it says surprise. I don't know why I said surprise. Surprise kept the score. Yeah, Spirit kept the score in equality. Caught up in the past scenarios, drama needing to calm. So I don't know why this feels like a reading from like Spirit rather than like what your person wants to say to you. I guess these messages really wanted to come to you, and maybe there's some sort of surprise when it comes to your person. And so Spirit's just like, focus on this. Instead.
You have some headphones. Like ones that have wires?
No. Okay. So my sister just asked for some headphones. So I don't know, that might be important. Headphones have the two little things for the ears. So I don't know. It's something very surprising that's gonna happen for you. And so right now, focus on this. Focus on your magnetism. And also focus on the present. don't focus on the past. You might have like past thoughts or repeating thoughts coming up. Just keep on being neutral to those. Don't feed into them. So let's get the devil cards now. Yeah. Ooh. So I love how this devil has the little horns. I don't know, someone with tattoos. Your person might have tattoos. If you have a tattoo, they really like your tattoo. They think it's sexy. So I'm actually getting a little sexual vibes from these devil cards, which is associated with the devil. In terms of sexual intimacy, your person might want to do something with handcuffs. Yeah, this person wants to have sex with you. What else? Yeah, I feel like these cards are just very sexual. They want to play like both the angel and the devil, if that makes sense. Like they want to 10101 was just on a clock at the same time. I don't want to like get too much into it because it's not supposed to be a sexual reading. I'll just have to put like the 18+ thing on the video. It's fine, but I'm not using like, you know, explicit words. But because it's coming out here and it also happened to be the part opened up to in that book, this person is very much attracted to you. And I feel like when they see you, the first thing that they want to do is just get right down to business. Not angry. This is not angsty, but I feel like that's a message from your person. Like, if you feel like they're angry at you still, they have a grudge. They're not angry at you. They miss you like crazy. They have nothing but love for you in their heart. They have nothing but raw, pure, honest attraction towards you. They don't feel like you've done anything wrong. And they want to make it up to you. Whatever they did wrong, they want to make it up to you in a very thorough, physical way. And I don't know, I keep coming to this card, destined ending. So it's like when, after the lovemaking, I should say, they want to hold you and like confess afterwards. They can tell you sweet nothings, but they won't be sweet nothings. They'll be sweet everythings. It's this feeling of like in between intimate moments, they want to hold you and be still with you and like serenade you, is what I'm feeling. Whew. Got a little hot. Maybe look up the number 15 or 1551 in terms of divine counterparts or love or twin flames. So we have the Strength and the High Priestess card. This card has also been, I know, very cute. I don't know, I feel like this person is being very cheeky. Now I'm getting more into your person rather than just spirit. They're very, like this little face, it's like they want to like bite into you. Because you're just so delectable. Like you're just so like, did you hear the doorbell ring? I feel like this person is coming to you soon. And it'll be like surprise and unexpected, like unplanned. Also how like this 8 is kind of like turned, it's like sensual, like flexible positions is what this person, like they I don't know, they visualize you. This person is a very visual manifester, and so they might be having a lot of like wet dreams about you and a lot of like a lot of what's it called, like sensual thoughts, but they do a lot of like imagining you specifically bending over, because that's what I'm getting from this 8, and they do want to like bite you in a way that is lovely and loving. They want to sink their teeth into you. I feel like this also extends in terms of like getting to know you. Like they want to know what you've been up to, know how you're doing. I just saw the word deep health here. But yeah, and this is what I was saying about like the devil angel energy. This is like the devil energy, and then this is like a little cheeky. Like they want to flirt with you. They want to be outside with you. This is outside manipulation, but I feel like they want to show you off outside to the world, like take you out and like flirt with you in public, like give you little kisses on the cheek. Because there have, like, I feel like for every time that they went somewhere and wanted to be there with you, but they were there with somebody else. This could be anybody. It could be, you know, parent or, you know, family member. But I don't know, they've gone places and they're like, oh, I wish pile number 3 was here. They want to take you to those places and like kiss you there to like make up for it. This person is very touchy. Like that might be one of their love language, like physical touch. This person's very touchy. They want to touch you a lot, little kisses, little hand holds, little, I don't know, rub your ear. Like I just want to touch you. It says faulty compromise. So I feel like this person did allow like some sort of something to come between you, and now all they see is you. They don't see anybody else. I feel like they never really did, but they still allowed the falseness of wanting somebody else to come in. I don't know. It was never really real. They only ever wanted you, but it's like now there's no other cars on the road, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's like they only wanted you, but they allowed other people to like be around. It feels really kind of embarrassing and like guilty on their part. I'm seeing for some reason, I don't know if this is from a movie or something, but it's like, let's say there's this couple, right? There's a man and a woman, and they're in a romantic relationship, and the woman wants to have alone time with the man, and they have company, like somebody knocks at the door, and the man like, oh, sure, come in, and like the woman is pissed. She's like, why you let them in? I wanted to just hang out with you. But they're so like, they've been so trained and conditioned to like, when people knock, you let them in, that they let that tradition, they let that instinct override what they really wanted. They wanted to spend alone time with you, just like you did with them. But they wanted, like, they have this fear of being like impolite, or like they just had these instincts that were just trained into them. And I feel like that hurt you. And so I feel like this person now really wants, before the talking, since this person, they're very physical. Before they talk and explain everything, they would really like you to give permission to them to make it up to you physically. That's why the strength is out. And I feel like during the physical, like there will be, you know, telepathy. Like it'll transfer from their skin. And then in between moments of stillness, that's when they want to just serenade you with the truth. They really want to like just give you all these compliments and tell you you were right, and tell you how they always wanted you, and tell you the truth. And there is this fear that you won't listen to them. And that's why they want to like get to the point where they relax you first, because there is a fear that you won't hear them out and you won't believe them. So they want to show you first. I feel like one more. What else? Yeah, the Lovers. Charity, faith, sexy, dynamic. The Moon. Awaiting results, fearful of time, and hidden ease. Yeah. I feel like this person thinks it's going to be harder. I feel like they think that you will have more resistance to them coming back or making this apology than you would. I feel like you'll immediately be like, yeah, we can be together again. It'll be different for everybody. You might already be with this person, but you know what I mean? Like, you won't be as resistant as they think. I feel like they're doing a little bit of overthinking. So we have the Magician, the Sun, and the World card. And none of these are the other cards. These are all the original ones. So I feel like there's a rebirth. We did see the card Birth come out. Here it is. There's a rebirth happening in this connection, and it's going to feel brand new. All these cards have the number 1 in them. The number 1 is really indicative of new beginnings, fresh starts, individuality. I feel like this person is going to treat this relationship with a lot of integrity now and a lot of protection. Because like I was saying before, they let other people, they let them in. They let other people come in and interfere with this connection. And I feel like not no more. It's this feeling of like they felt like they owed something to the world. Like they didn't have I feel like they didn't have the privilege of keeping this love to themselves. They feel like, I don't know, I feel like they were trained to like think like if you have a good bowl of ice cream, you don't get to just have it to yourself. You have to go and you have to let other people have some too. You know, it's that feeling like if you get $1,000, you know, you have to give some to your sister. You have to give some to your brother. You have to give some to your mother and your father. Like you can't just keep that. You're selfish if you just keep it to yourself. And this person had to work through all those things and face them. And I feel like now they really want good times. They want to, like I said, they want to travel with you and take you to certain spots. They have date spots they want to go with you. They want it to feel new and fun, like cute, flirty, cheeky, festive. Like they want it to feel lighthearted. But they also want you to feel like you can trust them. Like they're not going nowhere. Because I feel like they did leave out. They did leave out and allow interference. Whether you became, you know, separate physically or not, they did allow some sort of interruption. They didn't stand up for you. They didn't stand up for this connection. They didn't stand up for this love. And I feel like they saw what happens when they don't. And now they really do. They really do want to stand up. Like this person is standing up. Like they got their hand raised in the air. I feel like they also, if they didn't commit to you, like if they didn't declare to the world, like this is my person, I'm in love with them, we're in a romantic relationship, they didn't commit, they will now. I feel like they want to put like a ring on it, like they want to get it done. I feel like this person, even now, they might still go about things in a very physical way. Like instead of like saying this stuff over and over, they'll just go get a tattoo, like the Carters have. They have the tattooed rings, like that, the symbol of their marriage. Like they'll do something like physical to show you versus like tell you over and over. Like, I don't know, they'll give you their shirt, or they'll wear one of your shirts, or like make it very clear in a physical way that they're yours. And they might be more silent in terms of words out loud, but there will be a lot of telepathy for sure. For sure. We have the truth. This card always come out in every reading. The truth. Yeah, this person is going to tell you the truth. They are going to tell you the truth with actual words. But I feel like it'll be backed up. It will be backed up by physical action this time. Because I feel like before it might have just been physical, like you knew and you felt intuitively how they felt. They didn't really tell you. Now it'll be also they tell you, and then they also show it in a physical way. I'm hearing no more running. This person don't want to run no more, because I feel like they just had a miserable time. I feel like even when they were happy, they weren't. And we have enchantment. There I was again tonight, forcing laughter, faking smiles, same old tired, lonely place. So this is what I'm saying. Even when they were happy and like smiling, ha ha ha, with the people, like they weren't. It was fake. They know the only place that they will really feel at home is with you, and you might have felt really betrayed because they might, you know, have gone out and hung out with other people or given their time and their energy, their words to other people, and they didn't give it to you. But you were the one that, like, you're the one that lights up their soul. Like, it's strange. Like, they did the opposite of how they felt. They set the opposite of how they felt. And with this blue and, like, these are both colors of flames, but this blue and orange, I feel like those are what it's called, like, contrasting colors or complementary colors. Now their actions will complement their words, if that makes sense. Like, their truth will be complemented by actions. It won't be going against itself anymore. And I also feel like this connection is very much supported by lots of divine beings, have been around this person and supporting them in their journey to bring you this cup. It literally looks like the Ace of Cups or the Knight of Cups, like somebody coming to deliver you a cup of their emotions in their truth. Also the Magician with the, I don't know, the sword, I don't know. But I feel like, yeah, this person is coming forward, and you see how there's wings in both, but they're not flying away. Like, this person isn't running. This dragon is comfortable, is laying down, I love you. And then this person is coming forward. They're not flying away. No more running. So, yeah, this has been your reading, pile number 3. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. If it did, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to donate. There's information on that, the links in the description. And if you would like a personal reading, I also do those, information in the description. I feel like a lot of messages is coming from this truth card.